Hello, everybody, and welcome to Rimworld Robotics, episode 8? Now, since the last time that we've been on Rimworld Robotics, we have, in fact, had a very, very, very big time gap, at least in the real world, not in game. I've played a lot of colonies to try and keep myself interacted with Rimworld Robotics to get more flavors in my palate because I love this game. I really, really, really do. And in the meantime, I also got one second the Odyssey DLC. It's a DLC where you get in a ship and you fly around and you fuck people up. But that should not be too prevalent for Rimworld Robotics because of how down and low to the earth we are, RR. I also played a bunch of colonies. Look at this! I played a bunch. I played a bunch. I tried to make a glitter world city. I'm actively working on making like trade route supremacists that are capitalizing on the trade route, monopolizing everything. Then I have my Interplanetary Conservative Accord, which is practically just my test run for Rimworld Odyssey. Just getting used to it because I just got it today, actually. But even though it's been so long, for me, it's only been probably not even 24 hours for you. So let's get into it. Like, we haven't been not playing this for a week because I pre-record a lot of videos. I believe it's the Neo Augmented Outrider, singular. Yeah, let's load with Odyssey. Sure. It seems like it would be fun. Smile. And now we're gonna get back into the world after a long, long time. We have the quest to get a grav engine. Yo, that'd be sick. Yeah, let's just accept that to get our grav engine, actually. And if I remember correctly, we were moving our compound into the mountain to try and be like, whoa! What in the funk? All of that. Oh, dead mechanoids. Oh, a bunch of grav light panels. Okay. So we're not gonna touch that for a little bit. We're gonna keep that out there, as some would say. But that grav engine is definitely going to do us some favors eventually. Maybe we get to expand the word of neo. No, it was astro augmentism. Maybe we get to expand the word of astro augmentism across the stars. But for now, we really need to buckle down and keep worrying about the now because we're gonna need a absolute crap load of components. And I learned so much. So these smoke leaves are just going to be generating us smoke leaves. But we need heal root because heal root actually makes herbal medicine. And that sounds crazy. So what I'm going to actually do right now is find my constructor, Bob. Check the schedule. They're all in Area 2. Make them all allowed for Area 1 because Area 1 disallows the kill box. And then Bob, it has been so long since I've had you in my Rim world, but I'm gonna need you to start working. I'm gonna need you to get to work. And this very basic rudimentary hospital has become my go-to make for every like oh my god. Widen it a little bit to make the interiors for the hospitals like a 5 wide and then 4 tall. It's so good. But god, have I missed these sterile tiles. Oh, have I missed the consistent inconsistent power. Oh, it's so good. I've missed you, Rimworld Runaway. Amongst the remnants of the crashed mechanoid platform, a still intact grav engine hums with energy. You can build a grav ship substructure around the engine to create a new grav ship. The engine pushes against gravity, levitating the ship and allowing a long distance travel. Launch a grav ship by researching basic grav tech and building fuel tanks and thrusters. Launching grav ship will abandon your current map unless you build a grav anchor first. Yeah, so I'm gonna accept that, but I don't think it's on like a timer. Yeah, no timer. No timer as of yet. And we're gonna look into our research, and it's gonna be far down here, no? GravTech, yeah. Standard GravTech, and then basic, standard, and then advanced. You'd think that we'd be able to just get off the frickin' planet with this one, but who knows? I'm not sure I'm ever going to care about all that. But what I do know is that I want it. Because worst case, it means I can sell it. Best case, it means that I get rated a buttload, right? And if I get rated a buttload, a bunch of people with a bunch of components are going to show up and they're going to be like, I think I would like to annihilate your Rimworld. And then I'll be like, no, your components are mine, fool. And then I'll hit them with a trifold chest palm blast or whatever. Ancient Tibetan monk technique. You wouldn't know if you don't know. Anyway, God, I have missed Rimworld Runaway. It is so fun and great and fantastic, but something that I do mourn is that I didn't make it cooler, right? I wish Rimworld Runaway was cooler. I wish I was like, make the world cold, because a cold world is a good world, actually. But that also does mean that just moving everybody into here is just the call. Now let's see. I have the power set up here already, right? Yeah. So let's just, you're a fueled stove. Okay, whatever. Reinstall that fueled stove there. And then reinstall this. No, not that. The butcher's table, we're going to reinstall it here. And then we're going to get everything all operating and going. Actually, I'm pretty sure what we're also going to do is just build a copy here so that we can keep them distinctly separate. Because that's a good thing, right? And I'm just going to keep going with these so that each and every crafting table has a different sort of actual room so that there's no negative benefit or negative detriments. There we go. And there's no like worries about how anything works. So we're going to worry about that a little bit off screen so that you don't just watch me try and reorganize everything, and so that you don't have to worry about me telling Bob to not forget to haul that in. Oh, we don't have any space for it. Well, time to make space. But yeah, we're gonna work on it a little bit. So I'll be right back, because it's gonna be a little bit, and I don't want to bother you with that headache. So, see you soon. All right, we're getting hunted by mad raccoons right now, but I don't think it's an issue because we have a bunch of traps and 2 turrets, so they kind of just have to go through the ever so deadly kill box, and that's it. It's done. But I have started to work on the interior of the compound. I placed on the grav engine here, and I realized that one of the bigger reasons why we couldn't place these down is because adding in new items actually adds them in like deselected for your shelves. So even though they're not like deselected manually, your shelves will be like, I didn't hear about that, actually. They're deselected because I said so. And it's so weird and odd, but I'm not going to fight against it, right? Oh, we got more mad stuff. Like, so the thing is with these mad things, right? My schedule for Area 2 is just on the interior. And everything that's chill can just get in. So even though... yeah, it's dead. Like, I didn't even realize it was dead. It just dies, which is odd. But it's okay. And we're just oh, look at that. Ooh, little bits of lag. That's good. That's good. Every time that I lagged in a colony, that meant that I was going on the good path. Because the good path just means, like, oh, maybe if we deconstruct these, we can get the components that we want, right? But yeah, like lagging when you zoom out is such a good feeling, even if you don't want to lag, right? Because when you lag when you zoom out, it means that you've made so much already. And we've only capitalized on the bottom half. Actually, we could probably just expand to the right. We could probably just capture this entire zone and get another... Oh! Oh, maybe that's the plan. Maybe that's how we're gonna continue our expansion, right? We just like immediately wall this off so that we can't get totally like boned. We place like some living quarters here, expansion zones, like plant areas, and I need to reschedule to area 1 for everybody. That's my bad. Because as soon as I reschedule, they can go outside and get those done. And when they get those done, hopefully they can fix my frickin' batteries. I don't know why my batteries are dying, but they are. And it sucks. No, they only give us gravlite panels, unfortunately. I'm hoping for a component here or there, but we really need our components right now. Maybe we should have tried to trade with them, but I think they were a shaman merchant, so I'm not really too pressed about it. But we really need to get back to strip lighting so that we can get our components, because we're going to slowly just fall apart out here, and it's going to suck. But yeah, we're gonna persist anywhere. We're actually going to designate power on, and Kaufman do that, because when power on... Smokeleaf grow. When Smokeleaf grow, we're at negative power, which is negative strain, actually, which is really good. Negative strain probably means that our batteries go out less, because I've noticed that when you don't have an ever-flowing amount of power and batteries and whatever... Hold on. Who's our hauler? Sam? Get to hauling! What the fuck are you doing? Thrumbos! Okay, hold on. Hold on, nobody's inspired, but I love me some Thrumbo. I absolutely love me some Thrumbo. Who is handling? You're handling, but Sam. Sam, what is your... Oh! We can try and tame the Thrumbos! Sam! Tame the Thrumbo! Please! Thrumbos! Thrumbos! Please, Sam! 1.5% chance to fail? Are you kidding me? Okay, Sam, try on the other Thrumbo. As we're getting those, hopefully our pawns are going to actually get these, because we've rescheduled to Area 1, you know? Also fail? Are you kidding me? Okay. You're back on handling, Sam. And nothing else. Jess, you're on everything else. I think we can do that because we have... No, we can't. Hold on. Who's a good cook? Wow, I miss managing this colony. It's so good. It's so juice. It's so juice. Bob, prioritize cooking at that stove, buddy. Jess, prioritize hauling this gravlite stuff in. Because who knows, we might unironically try and build like a mini baby gravlite ship, so that instead of having to worry about like the rare components coming in on their own whim, we can just go to them. And we don't have to worry about caravanning either, which is pretty dang good. Especially since we have enough meat sometimes to make survival meals. Because those last forever. Those are great for traveling. We can just set up a ship with a bunch of them, and the ship doesn't even have to be big, because we only need like 1 or 2 people to go. Probably 2. One with a gun, one with a mouth, right? Preferably the one with the mouth has also doctor skill. But like point's still there, right? We could make a cute little baby ship, cute baby little ship, and then with the baby little ship, we can absolutely make like a caravanning, awesome little... I keep saying ship, shuttle, there we go. And if we make a caravanning shuttle, then we can stop worrying about waiting, which is just the fantastic bits, right? The interior of our... Oh, do we have good wood? We have okay wood. Let's see. Yeah, we have good wood. We have good enough wood. We're gonna do that. We're probably gonna have the rec room be in between the stuff, you know? In between the buildings. Oh, I didn't even move anything. I immediately got focused on other means. That is entirely my fault, chat, but I don't think it's that bad, really. We don't have too much to actually worry about is the thing, right? Because that's most of them already. We only really need, in quotes, need 1, but now that this is empty, it can really just be used for that one, you know? We did have a male psychic soothe, which was helping a lot with Goss, because if you remember, which you probably do, Goss is really picky, very neurotic, but also a little bit of a masochist, which makes him a little bit weird. Not a weirdo. Shout out to the masochists out there. Love you all. But Kaufman, I swear, clean this dining room. It's ugly. It's gross. It's disgusting. There we go. But yeah, I what did I do? What? Is it Z that did that? It is. If you press Z, you can just search for. Oh, wait. You could also just do that here. My bad. Anyway, I have dearly missed Rimworld Runaway. I have not Runaway. I have missed Rimworld Runaway. Don't get it twisted. But I've really, really, really missed Rimworld Robotics. It has been such a fantastic experience. I've taken everything that I've learned in Rimworld Robotics and applied it to other settings of the game, and it has just allowed me to be better at the game, which is kind of the beautiful part about Rimworld. You don't have to be good. You just have to be willing to learn. And if you're willing to learn, then you are gonna kill it. And not in the way that that's bad, but in the way that's like good, you know? So let's start getting a move on some of these things. Don't deconstruct that, reinstall that right here so that we don't get any chills over there. I don't really care about this one because it's close enough. It's heated by the outside and the inside, so we're pretty chill. Are we doubling up on heaters anywhere? Not really. Le Pen still kind of needs it, but it's also become... It is just... What? Roof collapse where? Oh. I forgot to unroof the area. That's my bad. I mean, yeah, makes sense. Oh no, Goss! And we did do some deep drilling so that we could get some ground penetrating scanners that we can be like, hey game, can you pass us a bone? Did we have a geothermal? No, we didn't have a geothermal here yet. Goss is on an insulting spree, but that's okay. That's so terrible. Imagine being a Rin and mourning those who have perished in your time. And then Goss just comes over, you know, the moral guide of your religion. And he just starts absolutely shit-talking you. Okay, go clean up the surrounding area, but don't actually rescue Goss. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea, chat. Oh, I'm so glad to be back. I'm so glad to be back in Rimworld Robotics. Who is our medic? Bob. Okay, great job, Bob. Great job, Bob. Get to it. Great, get to it. You're loved and appreciated in this household. Yep. And we're just going to keep trying to move things. I think we can comfortably reinstall this over here because it's summertime and I do want the ducks to be alive, but I do need my colonists to be happy first and foremost, because if they're not happy, they won't live, and if they won't live, neither will the ducks, you know? Order of priorities. But, I mean, if we're just reinstalling this in here, right? Which we are. Smelly, what are you pissy about? Oh no! We need a neural supercharge! What does that need? What does this need? 4 components! I fold like a piece of paper. Let's start studying that so that when those components just enter, we're pretty chill. Oh, we don't need much else, but I'm just gonna continue reinstalling everything into their appropriate areas, you know? Because as of right now, we just need to refine up our colony a little bit, I'd fathom. And the quicker that we refine our colony, the more likely it is that we're just gonna be high rolling, if you know what that means. It's like super probable that we just use the outside when our colony is all comfortable to just straight up just start making little cargo spaceships, and then if we have our cargo spaceships, we can start trading. And if we're trading, then that means that we can get those components, and if we get those components, boom, bam, pow, we win the game. That's how it works. Don't ask anybody else. That's how it works, trust me. But yeah, I'm gonna keep working on these renovations, and since nothing really interesting is happening other than the renovations and occasional mental breaks that Gloss has, which isn't too uncommon, let's be real, like, I might just... No, I think I will just be right back. And I'll see you when something absolutely terribly horrendous happens, or just straight up when things accomplish, because things are accomplishing in this household. So yeah, I'll see you soon. All right, and we are back. I accidentally pressed stop recording on the last version, so I only got 20 minutes into the last part, but I hope I can figure out a way to merge the two videos together. Anyway, Bun just fell from the sky, a practical age of 761, but they are a teenage space refugee. They are downed and outside of the colony, and normally we'd ignore them. But they're a kid. They're 15 years old. And so we can't ignore this call for help. We have to answer the cry to action, or whatever it's called. Also, I've been working over here. I've noticed that a lot of my pawns were getting pissy because the stuff being over here with no, tables. They were like, I don't have a table to eat on. And then they would just eat raw food without a table, and that would be pissy. So I just moved it over here. I found a couple of components in here upon my, beginning, and then I realized that I had to make this... Oh! Okay, good. I had to make this space a little bit bigger so that the air conditionings cannot, superheat their own stuff. So what I'm doing is I'm thickening it out. Sorry. I'm thickening everything out so that they're less susceptible to heat, because in here it's 82, right? And here it's 120 something, but that is because there is just like a flat out, entryway. I'm just trying to make sure that everywhere stays as cold as possible, because coldness is a lot easier to deal with in this game than heatness, I'm not trying to heatness nothing. I'm trying to cool this stuff. But yeah, we got our girl, and she is allegedly from the new DLC. She's from the Starship, whom is shipborne. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to prison her and then convert her so that she may one day join our colony. Yes. We got a bunch of roof collapses, but that's because we're really just cleaning out here, airing house, making space. And now that that's done, we can sandstone wall here, because now that's down to a more appropriate level, meaning that we don't have to spend a heater on that. We probably don't even have to spend a heater on this. We definitely don't need... Oh! Component saved! Yes! So yeah, we're looking good. We're looking good right now, and then we put that up, and then we're gonna put that up. And then we're gonna tell Sam to brave the storm. We also got a bunch of stuff researched, but we still don't have any components for the neural supercharger, which still makes me mad. We're actually gonna loop back here. We're gonna start studying basic grav tech, actually, and we're gonna try and figure out where that goes for us, at least. But yeah, everything's looking relatively fine. Our struggles are not so struggling, and I promise I was only in the debug thing because there was an issue with the roofs. I am so sorry. I forgot to turn that off. Well, I do really treat it like a debug mode. There was an issue with roofs. It was bad, but it's okay. We're back to normal Rimworld, and it is fine and chillin'. I was thinking of using these rooms to expand the living quarters, especially since we might be getting a new colonist, but we have 2 people to move out, and that's 1, 2. So we have a couple of workshops to worry about, I think. I'm pretty sure. We do have to move our doctor's office inside, but the expansion's going great. The compound is going fantastic and lovely, but the only thing that I'm too pressed about is both building a ship and also really getting my components. Yeah. Because I don't want my components to just be out there raw dog in the weather I don't know why I said that. I need my components. In short, I really, really, really need my components, as you can tell from these guys being all hot and heated and not feeling good at all. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and beat it to the punch and start building out this room to be heated by this room. No, it's already cool in here again. Son of a witch. Okay. But we need the heater back in there one way or another. And I think, actually, we can spare this one. Not build a copy. Reinstall. Bam, bam, bam! And with that being reinstalled there, hopefully our ducks are going to be well kept. Unfortunately, a lot of our raw food is going up there. Maybe we can turn this whole place into a pen. That sounds awesome. We just researched basic GravTech, so we're going to start worrying about standard GravTech, and then we're going to go all the way down to advanced GravTech. We do need fabrication, actually, so we're going to worry about fabrication. I mean, we need a multi-analyzer, and that needs gold and plasteel, and we don't have plasteel. I did get plasteel in a run of mine, but that run was an Odyssey test run. So I'm going to open that up in the back, just for comfort reasons, right? And then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to open that up. Transport pod crash relationship. Kevin! You are a part of the star... Oh my god, more of the Starship people just keep falling out of the sky. You're the daughter of Samantha, and Samantha is kind of our goat. Not really. But I'm going to rescue you and bring you to the inside. I'm going to allow you to have your own decision on whether or not to leave, but this... I'm going to sound like a super chud here. I just want you to know I don't agree with the notion. But this child surely can't make decisions for herself. I just want another person a part of the colony, and she has a really, really good stat line. Passion for mining, passion for artistic, passion for shooting, passion for cooking. She has a lot of room to grow, and I'm excited to see her grow about it. But, well, thanks, colony. That's pretty cool. Rosa, extract this fool's skull. But yeah, apparently because people don't wake up in time or whatever. It's like the real world. I don't know, man. Anyway, we're opening this up to try and expand it, I guess, even though we're really not beating much to the punch. It's okay. We have this warmed, and that's all that matters. I want my little babies to be taken care of. And mostly because we're going to have to cycle back over here and recall a lot of them. Murder all of them. And we're going to actually use the convert button on you. Hopefully Goss locks in. I don't know why Goss is being so slow about it. Oh, he has food poisoning. It's pretty bad. Okay, makes sense. But yeah, we use the conversion on her so that she can lower her certainty in between getting her certainty lowered, which is nothing but benefits, right? We're mining this out, and really we're just trying to move everything from the outside to the inside, and the sooner that we do that, the better. And the better the better. And the better the better. And the better is better. Look, I'm kind of out of things to say here and there. I don't... Oh, we're taking a lot of energy. Okay. Okay, no, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. But yeah, hopefully our... Yep. Our rice is being stored over here. Our potatoes are being stored over here. This is actually really good, because it means that we can build a really wide and fat duck farm without harboring or without impacting our own food situation too much, right? But yeah, we're just trying to push out this way, and we have, but you know, I'm slow to it because I'm not too focused. I forgot to turn off dev mode when it was really just a bug, so now I'm gonna have people being like, Maui, you cheated! I promise I didn't, it was a bug! It was a bug! I killed the bug! The bug is dead! The bug is dead, I promise! But nobody's gonna believe me, and it's terrible! It's fine. we're gonna get the real conduit there and then put the conduit throughout here. Basically, we're gonna rewire all of this so that it's not in the way. Hopefully, it makes it a little bit better. If we get a little bit gold, I also learned that you could put a gold wall here, and it would make this room, and this room a little bit better. So if we get a bunch of gold, we can just make every room a lot better. Goss, what? Cool. Smoke. Weed. 500 cigarettes. But yeah, we're just getting everything in order. We're just making everything look good, and we're just making sure that everything can be good, because I already explained it earlier. The sooner the colony is good, the better. The better, the better. And the better, we're better. You know? Surely you understand what I mean by all of that. But jokes aside, we really want the colony to thrive, and we really want to move the colony inside so that we can have closer control as to what we're doing. And if we're inside, that means that we have more of an excuse to build like a cyberpunk shoddy lab, and well, their whole religion is kind of based off of what my imagination of cyberpunk is, right? Weed transhumanists that are loyal to each other specifically. So I'm imagining that they're gonna have a whole Ripper Doc medical area at this corner of the map. The sooner that we get over here, the better, because we can use this area for actual real things. Now we have some tattered apparel to worry about. Goss, you're gonna have to deal with that because it's your Barca. Unfortunately, Bob, you're gonna have to lose out on the hat. Unfortunately, Rosa, you're gonna have to lose out on the hat. Back to Goss. Goss, you can thug it out, right? You can thug it out. You're my favorite. You're the best at thugging things out, right, Goss? Right? Right, Goss? Right, Goss? Right? You can handle that, Goss? I don't think he can. But it's okay. I'm gonna act like it's not real, because it's not, and it can't hurt me. And it can't hurt me, and it won't hurt me. And I'll be fine. But yeah, we're just getting everything moved inside as of right now, and when everything is moved inside, we're gonna have a pretty good colony. We're gonna probably get rid of some of these because they don't really make too much, and then replace it with a geothermal generator. And then we're gonna make a buttload of energy, and then we're gonna use it to power like deep miners to mine in the ground to hopefully get components so that we can use those components to make a ship out here. I'm still on that ship idea. I am addicted to it. Like someone that's addicted to something. I don't know. Anyway, what we have to do is, I think we made all of these critical. No, they're all preferred. So now they have to be critical. So we're going to copy settings, paste, paste. This is going to be a little bit. And I know I put on the big bruly voice sometimes is a bit, but that doesn't mean I'm a guy. Shout out to the people in the comment section that don't assume that I am just a girl trying to live her best life in Rimworld. Even if it is a little bit of a silly life with, you know, occasional references to the funny cigarette meme. Now that all of those are critical, hold on. We're gonna have to make some of these critical. Storage. Yeah, they're critical. They're critical. I'm pretty sure all of them are. Well, no, this one's critical, so that's really good, actually. Yeah, and then we're gonna store most of the things in here, and then they're gonna actually be refrigerated. It's gonna be really good. We're gonna start moving out of this, and we can start moving the other stuff in here into real storehouses. And I've learned this is actually how you deconstruct a major thing. You make specific shelves with critical, and then you move on to the next shelf when everything of that shelf is moved off. It's actually really interesting and not that hard to learn. But it took me a little bit, and yeah. Everything's looking great. Everything's going great, and I think I'm finally ready to start working on the interiors over here by taking some wooden floors and then paving into wooden floors over here. Goss still has the best room. Very impressive. And hopefully Buns like Will and the Starship is falling apart, because I really need her to not do that. Advent of drugs. What does this one do? 50% chance random recruit? I've actually learned that you can stock up on celebrations like that and just like build a mega city, and it's really cool. You don't need it for a run that's like this, but honestly, for a run like this, I've been contemplating getting a DLC called Biotech, so that we can start making children, so that we can indoctrinate them and make classrooms and have it be all cool and awesome. Not really the indoctrination part. Indoctrination isn't really a cool thing, but I'm being a little bit funny here. Even if I'm not really successfully funny, because indoctrination is also not funny. Wow. Anyway, I like the idea of classrooms, and I also like the idea of caring deeply about my colonists and the making overpowered colonists by teaching them just the right things. It's really cool. And it also gives you a bunch of different species, and then it gives you a bunch of different species, and then it gives you robots, and then it gives you a bunch of different species. I don't actually know what else it's about. I just know that it gives you a bunch of species, and that's like its gimmick, kind of. Which is the same thing about Odyssey! We're probably going to use a little bit in this run, but not too much, because ultimately what I want to do with Odyssey is I want to do a fresh run. So if this run is lost anytime soon because of mismanagement, because of what I've done, because of how terrible I am, or just because I've lost the gas, or just because I win, because I'm a major winner, then we're going to absolutely turn around and look to Odyssey and be like, new Odyssey run, check out these space pirates. And who knows, I might actually do it with multiplayer. One of the subscribers of the channel and commenters of the channel is actually one of my buddies, and I was thinking of potentially just doing a run of pirates with a multiplayer mod with him and another one of the commenters. But the other commenter also doesn't like having their face be anywhere, so it might be a little bit difficult. Might try and get them to have a voice mod or something. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. You think about it a lot. But yeah, now we can do this long-range mineral scanner, and I think that one's going to be the specifically search for components mineral scanner, where we have to send out a caravan or whatever, and it's going to be rough. But it's okay. It's more than fun. And honestly, I think that's already a lot of progress for today's episode. We've got a lot of our pawns moving in, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and move the rest of our pawns into the inside of the colony. But honestly, I'll just take this time. I keep saying honestly, that's my bad. You can tell I'm still new at this. I'm just going to take this opportunity to just move the pawns inside, and thank you all for supporting Rimworld Robotics. It has been really fun, and it's really happy to know that you all have enjoyed it so much as to keep liking and keep subscribing and just keep showing the love and support for this sort of dorky series that I keep somehow fumbling, because now I have to figure out how to stitch 2 videos together before the day comes, because I'm recording today's episode at like morning time of the day, and I released the episode at noon. So I kind of have to hurry up about that. And you know, it's still new being a YouTuber, living the YouTube lifestyle. As cringe as that is, I'm kind of embracing it. I'm not sure if you can tell every time that I scream Rimworld Robotics. It's like I can't take this YouTube thing seriously. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not gonna sit here and try to. I think the best thing to do is just to accept that it's like dorky and cringe, and rather than trying to make it serious and monetizable in an official way, I think the best thing that we can do is make it monetizable in a silly way, and just make it full of love and passion with that silliness, because what is life without silliness, you know? So thank you all for showing that it's working, even if it's not to the greatest of degrees. I know that some people are like, oh, you don't have you have 60 views? That's nothing. You are oh wait, hold on. I already know about that, don't worry. That's nothing. You need 100 at least, and even 100 is not enough views. I know there are actual real people that are like that, and people that are like that are weird to me. I don't get them. I'm doing this for the love of it, and I'm having a blast. I'm grateful that all of you are reciprocating it to at least some degree. And I'm grateful that I get to keep making videos and keep having fun and keep enjoying the way that things go, because it is fun. It's very, very fun, and I'm actually going to tell Bob real quick to smoke some weed, because this whole experience wouldn't really be possible unless it was for a friend of mine just asking for some content to watch on their trip to Ireland, which is really how this all has started. So thank you all for joining this trip. That's cool, I guess. Hold on. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I think it's uber far away. Not too sure. Oh, look at that orbit. So yeah, thank you all for being a part of the experience. Thank you all for showing that you're appreciative of the experience and that you want more, at least to some degrees. And thank you all for commenting always, regardless of when, how, with what. I'm not a fan of the darker jokes, but I am a fan of just seeing somebody enjoy my video regardless of the humor that we may or may not share. It's nice. It's nice to see that I get to make people smile, even if it's a small amount of people. So really, honestly, truthfully, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all so much. I am so happy to get back to Rimworld Robotics, and I'm so happy that you all are here. I plan to keep going until I can beat Rimworld Robotics! And I think I need to rely on Odyssey a little bit for that to make the dorkiest little trade ship. But until then, I'm gonna figure out how to stitch 2 videos together. Thank you all so much. And if you've made it this far and you do appreciate what I do, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Because what that ends up doing in the algorithm is it says that tells YouTube, yeah, more engagement should happen to this video. And if more engagement happens to this video, more people can see it. And if more people see it, the happier that I feel about people actually viewing Rimworld Robotics. But until next time, this has been Maui, and I'm signing off. Take care of yourselves. See you next time.